What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Patriot Specialized. Today's episode, took a week off, got some work done on the trailer because of something that happened. We're going to talk about that, talk about how I broke my trailer right before I left for vacation. Then we're going to run up to Detroit, load up a die, deliver it in Canton, and we're going to snatch up a truck chassis to go to Fort Payne, Alabama. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Right across these plains and prairies, Rocky Mountain highs, fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white line, steel horses side by side. It's more than just a living, y'all. Hell, it's our way of life. We're the last of the cowboys, the giddy up gone boys. 18 wheels on the concrete, it's a slow and dying breed, rolling like Jesse James. Modern day outlaw game. If you're out here riding with me, come on back and make some noise. We're the last of the cowboys.
Alright guys, so as I said on the intro, we just got back from vacation, little mini vacation, went over to the UK to meet my new grandson. That was super cool. Mama and baby are super healthy and super cool, so that was a good time. Very much enjoyed myself. Always like getting to hang out with the grandkids, even if they are brand new, even if they're babies. Babies are no fun to me. When they're 2, that's when it starts getting fun for Papa. But back to work. We right before I left for vacation, we got that die delivered. We got that combine delivered, and then I ran up to Michigan, picked up a die, ran it down to Canton. And when I got to Canton, I went to flip my axle back up, and it just absolutely wouldn't flip. We were doing everything we could. One of the other drivers was there with me. We were doing everything we could to try to get this thing to flip, and it just wouldn't flip. So it turns out that we figured out what the problem was down there in Canton. Luckily enough, it happened there. And I was only about an hour from my shop, so I was able to just leave the axle down, run it up to the shop, and got some repairs done. And you see that here in 1 second. Binders are fighting. This is what happens when you're off for a week. All tied down, trying to get back in the swing of things. Binders didn't want to work, chains are stuck together. Man, when you go on vacation for a week, sometimes it's I probably should have lubed everything up and hung it up in the headache rack, but I was a little too lazy that day to do that. But what we got here, they tell me it's 74,000 pound die. Doubting that, but that's what they tell me, so that's what I got to plan on. You got 4 chains going over top the whole thing, 4 half-inch chains at 11,300 pounds each. We need, on 74,000, we actually need, what, 37,000 pounds worth of securement. We have 44,000 pounds because all these chains go all the way across, so we get credit for full credit for all of them. As you can see, how a little bit of a struggle getting my binders to go. Had to get a little creative right here because my hook hole was here and I couldn't get the hook in to get to that, so I had to take the chain tail, run it to this one and come up under and then binder it that way. But that worked, so whatever, it is what it is. We got 4 chains holding it in, all 4 of them. The front 2 pulling backwards, back 2 pulling forwards, giving it downward pressure as well as forward and rearward movement. Covers the side to side and forward and rearward. So 74,000, we're gonna see how it pulls, see what it is. They've been known to be wrong. So maybe they're right this time, but we're gonna get this truck fired up, get the trailer lifted back up, and we're gonna get out of here and go make delivery. Let's do it. Check these pressure gauges in the back real quick. About 54 on that one. Get what we got here. Pretty much the same on that one, 54 pounds. We know at 53 we're at 17,000. So we're gonna be probably 17,400 or so on each axle. I think, I gotta go back and look, but I think that's within our permit. I think we're in good shape. I think we permitted 20 on each axle, so let's do it. Right, all right. Well, we got all loaded up. Headed down to Canton. We ended up staying in Lodi for the evening. Yesterday evening, Monday evening, we stayed in Lodi, Ohio. Parked there for the evening. Ran down, got that thing delivered this morning. I didn't film any at delivery, only because it was dark. I got there pretty early. They opened their scale at 7, so I got there about 6:30. Got all my chains and everything taken off. Crossed the scale at 7 o'clock. Got unloaded and I was out of there. Back up the top of the hill, flipped my axle back up. Everything worked great. So good job, Eric. Thanks for your hard work and getting me able to still work until we get those new pins. But everything worked great on the trailer. Got it flipped back up. Ran down and picked up the truck chassis in New Philadelphia, Ohio. Well, there you have it, guys. That was us picking up this truck chassis that we got on right now. There it is right there. Brand new truck chassis. This is a waste management truck chassis, and the thing about waste management is they pay very specific attention to where their units are in the process of being built and being put together. So they, when they order one and that chassis leaves, once it comes off the line, they have 24 hours to get it out of there and get it to where they're going to put the body on it. That's where this one is going. It's going to Alabama, Fort Payne, Alabama. It's going to have a garbage truck body put on it. And what the interesting thing is for us is that when we delivered this one, I managed to find a full garbage truck on site there at my delivery that we're going to pick up and take up to Baltimore. So we're going to deliver this one tomorrow morning. Hopefully not even have to move the trailer, and we're going to put a fully built garbage truck on and take it up to Peterbilt to Baltimore. I was thinking maybe it was going to be one of Battle Motors, but I think it's not going to be because it's going to Peterbilt to Baltimore. So I think it's going to end up being a Peterbilt. I don't know. They build them all down there at where this thing is delivering to. They build all different types of truck chassis. They put garbage truck bodies on just about every kind of truck made. So it could be, being that it's going to Peterbilt, it's probably going to be a Peterbilt. I don't know, maybe not. But we do deliver some of these down there at that same dealership. So I have been in there with the Battle Motors chassis. So it's possible that we could be taking a Battle Motors. We're going to find out. We're going to find out tomorrow morning. But that is what we're going to find out on the next episode. But this episode, I figured I'll cover securement. You guys saw me doing it. We saw us putting it on. You saw me doing chaining it down. But I'll show you it a little bit closer since I'm sitting here anyways. What I did here, one chain, two binders up front as usual, hooked into their tie down points right there. Came right down the edge of the trailer, just through the access into the center. Nothing in the middle. And on the back, I did essentially the same exact thing. What I did here is one chain, two binders, hooked right to the frame. I always go underneath the frame here and up and hook on the top. Hook up there on the top. That prevents the least, or that provides the least amount of damage that you can possibly do with the chain. It's very tough to keep paint, keep from not scratching the paint when you're throwing chains on these things. But this is the best way I've found to do it and not scratch the paint at all. Man, this truck needs a bath. That's scrapyard. Scrapyard and all mud. That was a big one, but that's what we got. Thing weighs about 18,000 pounds. We just crossed the scale in Ohio. They green lighted me, so we are all good on our axles and everything. I knew we would be, but you never really know until you cross the scale and they green light you, and then you feel pretty good about it from there on. But they green lighted me, so I know we're good on our axles. Ohio definitely would have said something if there was something wrong with one of our axle weights or something, but. We are not. We are good to go. She weighs about 18,000 pounds. Basically, we have two chains, four binders, holding it in. Plenty of securement. Those two chains provide 22,500 pounds of securement. So holding in an 18,000 pound load, we are way above what is required by law. We also have the four corner. Ohio likes to see on any wheeled vehicle, they like to see the four corners pinned. And we accomplished that the way we did this. That's what, I don't know why, but that's one of their things. Any wheeled vehicle, they want all four corners to have a chain on it, and then any additional securement you need to adjust for the weight. In this case, we don't need any because it's light enough that the chains that we have on it are covering the securement that's required. So we are in good shape, and we are going to get out of here. If this is your first time watching the channel, I appreciate you tuning in today. If you like what you see, hit that like button. If you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. I appreciate that. And that's all I got for today, guys. We're going to go get this one delivered, and stay tuned for the next episode where we're going to deliver this one, pick up a full body, and take it up to Baltimore and get it delivered at Peterbilt, Baltimore. Talk to y'all soon. Everybody stay safe out there.